all the time in every way. If you know of one, please leave it in the comments because I'd like to know what this religion is. Religion is not peaceful. Religion is not enlightening. Religion has kept human beings from, I believe, some of the greatest discoveries. And how far could we have progressed if religion did not exist? Why are the countries that are extremely atheistic, 70+%, why are they countries like Norway, Sweden, Denmark? Why are the atheistic countries the most progressive, the most equal? Because they treat women and minorities with respect. They don't believe in a system or religion that says, I'm better because I believe something. Christianity has killed 200 million people. And that is approximately, I'm sure it's higher. Religion has caused 7% of wars. Any war based on religion is too many. And everything going on in our culture, the standards, the patriarchy, the gender role expectations, marriage, everything was created the way it is because the men in charge hate women. You can't create something like marriage unless you hate whatever party is going to be in it. Marriage makes men happy. Divorce makes women happy. And seeing how happy or the lack of happiness that heterosexual women in Baptist churches experienced in my day is enough to put you off marriage for life. Women are not equal in any religion. And people, especially men, who say that Christianity says men and women are equal are lying. Whether it's ignorance or they don't understand the dynamics of religion, that's up for debate. But equality can't exist when you believe that women can't be in positions of authority. And we're not teaching our kids that sexism is bad because we genuinely believe that this toxic, hateful system against women is some messed up deity's plan. Until we see people as equals, where there are as many women in positions of leadership as men, where we have a dozen female presidents, where women aren't systematically dismissed, threatened, and gaslit, we're not a great nation. And you can't make America great when nobody had it great to begin with. And it's not a coincidence that extreme denominations of Christianity treat women like this. Age doesn't mean anything to women in churches because they're always under male control. And it spills into the secular world. Women are nothing unless they're attached to a man. That's how society views women, as something to be used and spit out. We devalue and dehumanize women by supporting religion. Not everyone who goes to church believes that women are being dehumanized, but they are. As long as you're members in Baptist churches that believe women are inferior based on what they preach, even though they'll say they're equal. If your doctrine doesn't support equality, that makes you a liar, even if you're not intentionally lying. If your doctrine doesn't support equality, I don't want to be in it. And boy babies, girl babies, they are raised differently. Boys are primary. They have more freedom, opportunity, access outside the home. Girls usually don't have as much freedom. They have more rules, and there's more purity expectations on them. If a girl tried to behave like a boy in church, they would call her certain words. Men can get away with anything because they've created forgiveness. As long as a man cries enough, he can get away with anything. And when tears don't work, threats work too. Southern Baptist preachers are known for shaming women for leaving abusive partners, divorce. You should not have to wait till a man hits you for it to be a biblical reason to leave. And if the Bible doesn't give you the authority to leave, maybe you need to look in the mirror and decide if maybe this religion is working in your favor, because it doesn't seem to be. As long as we don't teach kids about the rampant reality of sexism in church and in society, the patriarchy will continue its onslaught of hate against women, which is ironic because every man started as a woman. Every egg that is fertilized starts off as female. The father decides which gender it is. At least his body does. All men start off as women. So any man that supports women not having access to authority and equality needs to look in the mirror, because every man is only alive because a woman cared enough or didn't have the resources to make a different choice. Men should treat women with respect, not because they birthed them or because they're their mothers, but because they're human beings. And when we only think of a woman as a wife, a mother, or as a daughter, we're dehumanizing people. And I heard this on a YouTube video a few days ago, where a pastor finally realized that he had been treating women with disrespect. And he said he was going to treat women better. And this is what he said: when I realized this woman was somebody's daughter, I realized she was worthy of respect. Why isn't she worthy of respect just being her own human being? Why is she only worthy of respect when she's someone's wife or someone's daughter? A man shouldn't even be involved in the equation for a woman to be worthy of respect. She should be valued not for her body, not for what labor she can do. She should be valued for her intelligence, her independence, her thoughts, behavior, and her interests. If you only respect someone because somebody is somebody's wife or daughter, you are a horrible human being. We need to treat people to value someone, regardless of what their name is, what their marital status is, and whether or not they have a job that is morally correct. When men treat prostitutes different than they treat women who are wives or daughters, this is sexism. Men shame women for providing services men feel entitled to. And sexism is seen as godly, natural design. It's not. It's not something anybody with moral integrity, secular or religious, should want any part of. We should be moving forward in equality. But as long as you stay in religion, biblical marriage, you are not equal, because the evidence doesn't support the statement.